Where'd that go?
So if it's your first time visiting my channel, my name is Sean. I've been living out in Spain now for over 5 years. I live in the southeast of Spain, the Costa Calida, the Murcia region, just outside the lovely town of Mavron, not far from the port. Also, don't forget to check out my playlist. There's loads of videos on there you can watch, guys. Also, please check out my social networks, which is Twitter, Instagram, my Facebook group. You're most welcome to join my Facebook group. I put all the up-to-date information on there, and not forgetting TikTok.
So, hello everybody, it's 9:30 here in sunny Spain. Obviously not now because it's dark. It's not too bad, it's not that cold, but yeah, winter has arrived. Now guys, I've got to say right from the beginning, this is going to be my last live Sunday show. I'll be back next year doing the Sunday shows, but at the moment, this is my last one for this year. So, it's the Sunday live show, the 27th of November. Weather's still pretty warm. We're still up, sort of touching the 20s still, which is amazing. So, let's get in with it. So, let's have a look. Lobster. Always got to put up Lobster. Now, at the moment, Lobster's doing an amazing deal. And if you do it now, look at that deal. Now, don't forget, guys, all I've got is a link to I don't get nothing out of this. You don't have to mention my name, because if you do, I still get nothing. But yeah, I use Lobster. I've no problems with them, and you know that I do the everyday vlogs with Lobster. So, not a bad deal, is it? And that covers up until February. That deal lasts, so that's pretty good. Coffee fund. Got to say, big thank you. When I when I sort of asked about the coffee fund last time and didn't get nothing, well, this time I did. I want to thank Cheryl, but she didn't leave me a message. But I know she's here on campus at the moment. Cheryl, hope you're enjoying your time. I know you think it's really boiling hot here, bikini weather and all that sort of stuff. I can safely say it does get a little bit chilly. But anyway, Cheryl, thank you very much. I want to thank Richard as well. He's left me a message. He says a big thank you for all the witty, inspiring videos. Please have a coffee on us and buy Bonnie a treat or two. I can safely say Bonnie has had loads of treats. So I want to thank very much. All the best, Richard, in the wet and windy Brighton. Is it still wet and windy? Anyway, Expat in Mazaron merchandise. Don't forget, you can buy a t-shirt, you can get a mug, you can get a few other things. If you check out the link below, you can. But also, if you're here on campus, because I know a couple of people that come over on holiday, if you want to get a hold of a t-shirt, just come and contact me. I think most people know where I live now. Yeah, just pop in and we can see if we can put something together for you. But the Expat and Mazaron merchandise. Don't forget also, I've got a website which you never guess. It's www.expatandmazaron.com. Please check it out. Leave a comment. That would be fantastic. As always, I'll bang on about getting proper information because I'm just an ordinary bloke. We're talking about some topics tonight But as always, guys, you do need to check them out properly. I'll just give you some sort of idea what's going on here in Spain. So, proper sites, Citizens Advice Spain. It's on the internet, obviously. You can download information. And I believe also you can ask if you've got some questions you want to ask. The other one that's pretty important, really, is the UK Gov site. I should say Gov UK site. And they got 3 categories. Now, obviously, I'm only talking about people in the UK because I'm a UK person, or as they say, I'm an immigrant from the UK. Anyway, living in Spain is one. Healthcare is pretty important, guys. You want to check out that one as well. And obviously, another one that's pretty important, I mean, I do get people every now and again have problems, is check your passport. Especially those that are coming over on holiday. Make sure you got some clear pages. And also, I think you got to have 3 months. Don't quote me on that, but I believe you got to have 3 months left on your passport. Anyway, and also worth checking out the Spanish embassy in the UK. They've got a few dotted around. Well, consulates, I should say. The Spanish embassy is based in London, obviously, but they've got a few consulates based around the UK as well. And not forgetting the British embassy here in Spain. Because I know a lot of people watching, especially about the UK licenses, which I will mention later on. I'll just have a quick flick in the old 41 in the house. That's not bad because I believe tonight, unless it's all fit, because I'm not a football, I'm not a football person. I know the World Cup's on, can't miss that part of it, can you? But I believe tonight I might be wrong because I'm not a football person, but I was told that tonight it's Spain and Germany. I don't know what they're like. Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. I don't know. So it is amazing. But since I said that, 41's dropped down to 39. So maybe there's been a goal scored. I don't know. Anyway, Campersol news. Now, obviously, we're only talking a couple of weeks from when I last did a broadcast. The new hospital is still coming along. I haven't taken any photographs of it because there's not a lot to see other than still got the framework up. But they do seem to be starting on the inside part of it, which is good to see. There's a few Christmas events going on around Campersol. Carol singing, choir singing, Santo's Grotto and stalls. Now, I think it's the 10th of December. All 3 bars on A are putting on some sort of Christmas event. And for the kids, there's to be some Father Christmas bloke that'll be giving out the presents to the kids. So just remember that, the 10th of December on A. Sorry guys, if anybody wants to contact me about events going on around Campersol for Christmas, just drop me a line, which would be nice. Okay. Oh yeah, next Friday, this Friday coming, the 2nd of December, the lights on Mercia go on. Worth a view, guys. Always put on a good display of lights, and also they show the Bethlehem. I should have said nothing now because I forgot. It's sort of like a reenactment, but obviously in models, and it's pretty amazing. I think it's free, I'm not 100%, and I believe also the lights are going on in Cartagena. Which I haven't been to, so it's possibly I might go over to Cartagena this time and have a look at their lights. What I will do, obviously there will be some markets going on as well, Christmas markets, so it's always worth checking out the Facebook pages. But what I have seen while walking my doggy around Campersol is last night was the lights going on. He's got a fantastic light display, as you can see, got all the Father Christmases dotted around it. I've still got 39 in the house, so I'm keeping you there. You can see my dog Bonnie having a good old sniff around there. But yeah, the lights are on now. I don't know the name of the road, but if you drive around Campersol Way, don't get picked up by the security. So don't drive around too slow. What I forgot to show, going back, I don't know how I missed it out. I missed out my other backers, which is Currencies Direct. Now, with these guys, if you're thinking about exchanging their money. The main reason I'm with them is because they actually got an office here on Campus Old B. So if you've got any problems, you can actually go and see them, or they'll come and visit your house. If I'm not everybody's savvy with blooming computers, they do some brilliant deals. But if you happen to mention my name, I do get a small commission. So I had to mention that. And going back to, I can't show. Oh, I've got to take it off. Right, if you want any SIM cards from Lobster, come and see me. Like I said before, I don't get nothing out of it. But I've got a couple of SIM cards here. I mean, there are quite a few places dotted around on campus doing the like agent sort of thing. But as soon as you get your SIM card, you just phone them up, and you get that good deal. So, how are we getting on? All right, I'm just showing you the Christmas thingy. Okay, bit of a rant now, I suppose, about Campusole. not everything's rosy dozy. End of year now. Now, beginning of this year, the council said that there was a tarmac, the main road that runs from C over to D, which is like the main dual carriageway road. Still nothing. They even made a video back in August, sort of showing their generosity that they're going to tarmac the road. Still nothing. They said that they're looking for a tender. There must be a huge amount of tarmacky people out there that want to tarmac that road, but still nothing. And also, apparently, Campusole was given a load of money from Massa, of all people, and it was not the main amount that they needed, but they've given quite a huge amount of money, and this was to finish some jobs off around Campusole that never got finished. Still nothing. So, but maybe next year things will change because it's the elections here in the Mercia region, especially the Mazaron. The mayor's up for re-election, so no doubt, probably in the new year, things might start to happen. Probably not, but you never know. What I have noticed is that the road sweepers have been more frequent this year than normal. We do see some road sweepers about, and all about. He's got a little truck that drives up and down. He only seems to drive up certain roads. He doesn't drive up every road. But also the local council have been around on the outside roads around Campusole. Got 47 in the house. They go around the outside roads, and they've been cutting back the weeds and whatever that's been growing over the pavements, which is good to see. I mean, it's nice to see that something's going on. I can't say that's all sectors. I can only see what's going on when I walk Bonnie in the mornings, especially on the outer circuits. I'll just change the piece of paper over. Right. Right. What I've put up now is some photographs here now. Now, for those who like to capture trains, I'm sure there's quite a few people. I did a video in the beginning of the year about you trying to catch a train from Toltana, which is really up the road, about a 10-minute drive there to Toltana. You can catch a train to Mercia, but unfortunately, they shut the line because what they're doing is they're putting a high-speed line through. It's called the Mediterranean Corridor. Believe it or not, you'll be able to catch, eventually, the idea is that you'll be able to catch a train from all the way from Italy right down to Malaga. But at the moment, obviously doing it in sectors. So as you can see, if you can see my cursor there, hopefully you can. This is where the high speed line is, and next to it is a normal line. But at the moment, if you want to catch a train, which you can't, what they're doing, they're running a bus service on the same timings, and I believe the same price. I think for two people, you can go to Mercia City, buy yourself a cup of coffee, all for less than €10, which ain't bad, is it? And I'll just show you the other picture. Put this up. This is what's going on in Alhama de Murcia. This is still part of the high-speed line. Now, at the moment, we're not being given any finishing date because obviously it's going to be an ongoing thing for probably more than 5 years. But it will be amazing when it's done. Now, one of the topics tonight is I'm actually speaking about free bus travel. So, you can't wait, can you? Right, and one of the other things about living in Spain is it's not all about the sun, guys. It does get cold here in Spain, and one of the things that I always bang on about is about heating. We do get cold spells. At the moment, I think this year they've claimed now that the Mazarin area has been claimed as a desert, sort of deserty weather. And I also think the other week Mazarin had the hottest, the warmest weather in Spain. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but to me, I hate the winters. But anyway, last Sunday, I drove 2 hours. I'm just going to show you a quick video clip because you don't want to sit through all 5 minutes of it. But I'll put up this one.
So today it's Sunday, I think it's the 21st, I'm not 100% sure. Now what we've done, we've gone right up to what you can see behind me is the observatories.
Wow.
We're about 4,000 feet up. Now yesterday it snowed up here. I'll show you a bit of that in a moment. We've got Bonnie up here. We've got my wife up on the rock. I mean, to me, you know, remind me of Dorset. There's some, I mean, I think there's about 4 or 5 of these observatories. There's one here, a massive one here. But I'm just going to go over this way. Oh, sorry, Bob. Because over this direction you got the Nevada, Sierra Nevada. About one of the only places in Spain, which is nearly southern Spain, really. And that's where it snows most of the year. Hopefully you can see it in the distance there. They said obviously a new sprinkling of snow. But I tell you what, it's about 4 with the wind, probably even worse. I've got Bonnie, she's got a coat on. So we thought we'd come here because right down there, we're up in the clouds really. Right down there is the
It's put me back on. Okay, so a bit of a complication there. I don't know what, I was getting a bit of feedback there, and you didn't really see the snowy picture. But anyway, last week, 2-hour drive from Campersal. It's the I don't know what you call it now, interplanetary thing up there. So I think you're about 4,000 feet up. You can see Sierra Nevada in the distance. There's snow on there. The day before, on that last Saturday, it had a covering of snow, so I was hoping to find the whole place covered in snow. But when we got there, I managed to get some photographs. Jan sat next to a snowman, and the dog loved it. But most of it had melted away. Anyway, that video didn't go to plan, but then that's what this show's all about. Nothing goes to plan. Anyway, tonight's topics. So tonight's topics is about Christmas post, which is obviously coming up, isn't it? UK and Spain driving license exchange, which is obviously important to a lot of people. Free bus travel in 2023. Air fryers. Have I got that right? Air fryers. Yeah, I think I have. Air fryers craze. And moving to Spain 2023. Now, before I go into that, I just want to make sure one of the major things about doing this, have I actually gone live? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I can see myself live, but I don't know if you can hear me. So I'm just going to go through some of the people that popped in tonight. So Robert, because he's a top man, not watching the football. Let's bring that. That's it. That's better. So you just want to see me face a little bit. So top man Robert, Chris is in tonight. Well done, Chris. We've got Thomas. 1-0. That's good. I'll take it as Germany, I suppose. Neil, top man as well. Vodka Dave's in the house. Good evening. Mad Dave's in the house. Good evening, sir. We've got Craig from a chilly Manchester out in 2 weeks. The weather will be sunny. Might need to bring your woolly hat, Craig. I've got Ali, top lady, for popping in. Thank you very much for saying hello. Joe, good evening. And Jerry. As you can see, I'm not a great speller. Jason, hi Rich. Dorset, Sean, Rich. I'm not. Oh yes, I'm from Posh Jason from Surrey, top man. Okay, we got Steve in the house. Good evening, sir. We got Paul, top man, for coming in, watching the football as well. Bet Mad Dave, no more Sunday live. Does that mean you won't be attending the church instead? It's Dave, it's possible, but I don't think so. Angela's in the house. Good evening, top lady. Got 52 in the house, so it's starting to go up a bit. Stuart's in the house, coming to Torrevecca next week. Do I have a problem with roaming charges? Best thing, Stuart, is ask your supplier. Now, I know some don't charge, and some said they wouldn't charge, and I heard at the beginning of the year, some of the big, I don't know, like T-Mobile said they were charging. So all I can say is ask your supplier. Top man Steve for popping in. I must say thank you much to Mandy for an amazing Christmas dinner. Very nice. Stuart, I'm from O2. Ain't got a clue, Stuart. Never. Who is O2? We don't think we have O2 over here. I think EA do, but anyway, Frank, good evening, sir. Mandy, like I said, Ola, thank you very much for that lovely meal, and the cake was scrumptious. Mad Dave, all this merchandise is like the Christmas. You think so? Right, got Craig. It all depends on your current. Right. So Craig's answering about the provider. Yeah, I know some charge and some don't they? And I suppose depending on how much money you spend with them, you get the deal. Cheryl, evening everyone. Yes, feeling the chill at night now, Sean, but put the suntan cream on during the day. Well done. Because it is, once you sat out in the sun, not in the shade, it's lovely and warm, isn't it? It's about, I think today, it was 19 today, they said, but I think it was pretty warm this afternoon. Brian, I'll ask Sean, over in February, got some good weather. Yes, I'm sure the weather will be better, but still bring your woolly hat, Brian. Spain won. Oh, it was Spain. Germany's at 0 at the moment, so obviously people popping in and out. 50 in the house now. Great vlog as always, Sean. Keith, you're top man for saying that. I don't mean to pay you too much money. They forgot the foot. They forgot the foot you was on. I don't think so, Craig. When are you going to come out on an e-bike with me, Steve? Never gonna happen, mate. I'm a car man and always will be a car man. You'll never get me on a bike. Maybe a sidecar, but the bike is not happening. Are you not Santa Claus with the beard, Sean? Now, unfortunately, my beard's not long enough, and I haven't got that sort of jolly belly thing that you need to have to be a Santa Claus, Chris. And I forgot to bring a cup of tea down, so I've got a bit of a dry throat now. Hi, Sean and everyone from a wet Surrey, Sussex border. Kev, hope you're not working too hard. Hope you're all taking that rest that you well deserved and just taking it nice and easy. Don't worry about things. Put your feet up, drink a couple of bottles, and Christmas is on its way. Colin, top man from Liverpool. I've got Jitu, top man. Wash your hands. Yeah, so I think I try and do that sometimes. Don't drive too slow on campus, so you don't. Oh yeah, Very true, Dave. Because if you drive too slow, you're going to get reported by the security group. Jeff, top man for popping in. We've got 51 in the house. Good man. Bugger. Oh no, obviously it's a 1-1 now. Oh God. Spain, yeah, here we go. Thomas is coming. See, still watching the football, but still got time to come in to see old Sean here. I'm in Spain as well. Oh, so you're in Spain, Jethurst? Well, no. Barry, hi Sean, hello from a cold Newcastle. You got this. Yep, I hope I have got this. Wayne, top man, I'll see you on Friday. Mad Dave's in the house. Maybe when the Irish travellers get there, the road will be... Now, I got a good feeling that's what's going to happen, Dave. We got good evening, Sean, top man, the Speed King. We got that will be awesome when it's finished. We only got to wait until to see if it happens, isn't it? Hi, Sean, Gerard from Dublin. Top man, looks great there, guys. Beautiful location. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gerald. Neil, you're top man for the old fun. Steve, observatory. That's the word. See, I knew we could get that. So obviously you can hear me. Don't expect any posts from the UK. That's right. Now you're right there, Dave. I did hear that the local postal people in the UK are going on strike, which is a usual thing, really, isn't it, at this time of year? Yes, sir. Yes, always good. That's good. So, Ali, yes, we can. Yes, mate. Good. So we've got. Oh, so this is going back to the beginning when I said, "Can you hear me loud and clear?" This is good. Yes, we can. It's all good. It's a draw now. So hopefully, air fat fryers. Is that what it is? Air fat. Oh, I just want hello speaking. We can hear you. Good. Great man. Mark, top man. Keith. Am I getting near the end now? I got footies actually 1-1. I've got that on there. Yep. All right. Telephonical. I think that is Tony. Evening Sean. Out in 3 weeks. See, a lot of people still coming out to sunny old Spain. Hi, Sean. Looks like it's starting to cool down a bit in Spain, but still a lot warmer. Yes. Yeah, I mean, we've been so lucky at the moment. I mean, I'm going to be honest, we've had our heating on in the evenings now and a little bit in the mornings, just to take the chill off, really. But yeah, the weather has started to drop. I think this week is going to be a little bit more cool. It's going to be below the 20, put it that way. But as long as you're out in the sun, it's still amazing. Wishing you all there, Elaine and Steve from Sector D. We're stuck in Hyde. You'll soon be back, Steve. You'll soon be back, mate. Don't forget the thumbs up. Well done, Steve. Top man. The thumbs. Malcolm and Carol from Sheffield. It is, isn't it? See, I know these things. Right, Kev, cheers, Sean. Have a nice and relaxing respite. A week ahead. It will soon go, Kev, but enjoy. We're outside, so I've been setting up all the sorts of smart devices inside the bungalow today. See, you can't sit still, Kev. You got to be doing stuff. You're supposed to take it easy. Right, I think we're getting near it. Your vlogs are much better than football. John, I knew that 10 euros was going to be a good cause. Sean, give us a song. Unfortunately, I don't do singing. Right, I think good vibes. Right, let's get. Hello, Sean. Enjoy the show. There's Jim, top man. Good luck with the posties. Steppenwolf. Hi, Sean from Wimborne. Amazing place. I remember Wimborne. Been there many times over the years. It's Guinness time. Right. So I'm there. So tonight's topics. What time is it? God, I can't believe how quick the time goes. 58 in the house. Will I get to 60? I ask. So, Christmas post. Now, I saw this the other day on Facebook, so I can't say you got to take it for genuine, but I wouldn't be not surprised because obviously don't forget you got import duties now. Anyway, I saw a message the other day that a family from the UK, not I'm not on about somebody sending a Christmas card. I mean, they're not going to get done. But for somebody to save some, well, thinking they're going to save some money, they put all the Christmas cards together in one envelope and maybe a calendar and whatever. They seem to be at the post office here in Spain charging you extra. And I think this person was saying that they got charged. All they had was some Christmas cards and some photographs, and they got charged €5 extra. I know it's not a lot, but you don't expect to go and pick up your mail and you've got to pay some sort of. I mean, they've already paid enough sending it here, but to pay extra as well. And apparently they're saying it's the same all over the EU, but I don't know because apparently you was exempt from goods that were under €49, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And I expect, as always, it's probably different parts of Spain. Some parts of Spain are probably letting it go through, and other parts are charging you for it. Where you stand on, I mean, other than I'm not paying that, unfortunately, it will just go back, which is obviously, if it's from your grandkids and that, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But yeah, just tell your families and friends back in the UK, or probably anywhere else around Europe, or even outside, from Canada, things like that. Um, I mean, we use that funky pigeon thing, and they send it from the country that you contact it to. So just be aware of that, or maybe catch a plane, pick it up, and then come back in and then pay yourself the duty. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear from you guys if you had to pay extra at the post office. At the moment, thankfully, we've had nothing come through yet, but no doubt we will, unfortunately. Right, UK and Spain driving license exchange. Now, this is another post I saw about a week ago, to be honest, and I thought, don't know, because obviously the long-awaited agreement between the UK and Spain over driving licenses has now been resolved. Has it? Literally, I mean, I haven't heard nothing today. Well, yesterday or today. Usually, we get a weekly report from the is it the ambassador of Madrid? The UK embassy guy. I don't know what his name is, but he always makes a video or he puts a message up to say things are going along nicely. But his last message that he did, I think, a couple of weeks ago, was they nearly resolved it. It's just got to be finalised. But this post said it's already been resolved. Well, I don't think it has because I haven't seen no clarification on that. So don't take that for it. But it does sound like things are a little bit more sorted. But as always, guys, you've got to wait until he says it's all been resolved. But at the moment, as far as I've seen, it's not been resolved. But I just want to read this out to you. Then it goes on to say it will be a few months before the agreement becomes law. So even once it's been resolved, it's still going to be a couple more months. So we're talking into next year, really, 2023, once it's all been made official. But what they're saying is UK residents who fail to exchange their licences after Brexit can once again take to the road. But only for 6 months. UK licence must be exchanged for a Spanish licence within 6 months of the law coming into effect. Then it goes on to say they should start assembling their documents now so that they'll be the first in the line at your local Traffico office when the time comes. Jumping the gun a bit there, I think. I mean, this is the thing, because obviously, one, you have to be a resident anyway to exchange your driving licence. So if you just come over, you've got to be a resident first. You then got to have a medical examination. I think it's about €40 to make sure that you're medically fit and you can see the road and do an eye test, things like that, and then you exchange your driving license, which can take probably about the 6 months. But what I was trying to say about all this, it just sounds like it's just going to be this gap. So people that are here now in Spain, possible people coming over still, might be able to get their driving licenses sorted. But once that 6 months gap's gone, that's it. So anybody coming in after that, you're going to have to take a driving test, which has been the case officially since I think, was it last May, something like that. Something like that. I'm sure it was last May was the sort of the deadline date, and after that, you're not supposed to be on the road. If you live in here and you've been over 3 months, then you're not allowed to drive. And I know quite a few people that have been caught out for some reason or another, and they're not allowed to drive the cars, which I don't think you realise is how important having transport is, really. I mean, I know we're quite lucky here on campus because we've got a supermarket, we've got a bank and things like that. But for things like going to the hospital, or maybe you've got a friend come in from the airport, you can't just pop in the car. So yeah, it's pretty important. But so at the moment, when I saw that post, I just thought, well, that's jumping the gun a bit. So just be careful, guys. And we just have to wait until that bloke, the embassy guy, says it's all been official. Because at the moment, it hasn't, unless it's coming through tonight. But as far as I know, he usually brings it out on a Saturday. I ain't seen nothing. Right, free bus or coach travel for 2023. Now, you have to listen to this because even though it says it's free, it's not actually free, really. Because they did this with the train palaver that you could catch long distance train journeys for free, but there's always a catch in it, and it's the catch that probably you're not going to benefit from. But anyway, the long distance coach travel in Spain to be free of charge in 2023. That's part of the state concession network. So it's buses and coaches that are part of the state concession. So maybe private coach companies and bus companies that won't apply to them anyway. So they've got to be on the state concession. That will be free for frequent passengers. So you've got to be really like a season ticket holder to even benefit from it. Apparently, you've got to pay a €20 deposit that will be returned if the pass is used. So it sounds like you've got to be maybe a commuter. Say you're commuting from Murcia to Madrid or Valencia, whatever, and you've got a season ticket or multi-trip tickets before the measure comes into force. And you've got to do at least, it says here, I mean, see, even this is quite vague, which is typical, either 10 to 20 or even 30 journeys travel to get it free. So it sounds like you still got to pay for the tickets, but you get your money back. So not going to benefit me. I haven't been on a train yet here in Spain. I keep thinking about it. Obviously, the nearest train station I can go anyway is Murcia, and that does seem to be pretty limited. So once this high-speed train kicks in, it's going to make so much things better. When I was down in Malaga, I used the rail system quite a lot because I could go from town to town, and it was really efficient, really cheap. But here, it's still years off yet, unfortunately. But when it all kicks in, it'd be fantastic. So it's not free for us old pensioners. It didn't say nothing about pensioners, but I believe you can, for being an old person, you can get like discounts and things like that. So I thought I'd just put it out there. I mean, it might, as always here in Spain, it might differ from region to region. That seems to be the other case here in Spain. Maybe down in Malaga way, maybe they've got a total different setup for people. But here it sounds like you've got to be a season ticket holder to even benefit from a free travel. But it's a good thing for us, what you call them, those people that run government. It sounds good for them, doesn't it? Oh, they're doing something positive for the people. Oh, or they're giving you something for nothing, but actually they're not really. And I'm just checking the time. Right, air fryers craze. You know what? I think about a couple of months ago, never even heard what a air fryer was. Now I called them hair fryers, according to somebody I know. Apparently, air fryers are similar to convection ovens, where heat is forced via powerful fans. Food crisps up and cook quickly, and have to agree who's got one. So that's what I'm asking. Who's got an air fryer? If you haven't, you're not with it, guys. You've got to get one. I mean, I think one of the main things that we bought an air fryer was to cut down on electric. I mean, if you watched my last Sunday show, I showed you my electric bill, extortionate rates because we're paying gas tax on my bill. But we're waiting. We're going to wait now. For some reason, our bill doesn't come into December, so we're going to see how much money we save by using the air fryer and not so much the oven. And we're going to see if that's going to make a big step. But it'd be interesting to see if you guys have got air fryers, or maybe you're getting one. Now, obviously, another thing I saw the other day was don't leave your air fryer plugged in because it can catch on fire. I mean, we always unplug ours anyway. So just a bit of a health and safety warning there. Right, I'm going to go. The last one's going to be moving to Spain. But what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to go back into the comments. Unfortunately, I can't read the comments and I can't read the comments and chat at the same time. Unfortunately, as being a bloke, I only do one thing at a time. So I'm just looking on air because I think the last person I saw was Mad Dave, which is this comment. We've got 55 in the house. So all I need now, get your gran or your nanny, same person I suppose, all the kids to watch Expat and Mazron is whack it up to 60 people. That would be amazing. Right, so anyway, Mad Dave said it was Guinness time. Mark's come in the house. Bonus notches, TARDIS. Yes, Mark, that's what I said. Andy's in the house. Good morning from sunny Australia now, I believe. 7:30. Before you walking the dog, top man Andy, nice for you to pop in. Back in the future. I got about another 8 hours yet, Andy, before I get out and walk the dog again. Even though I've just finished walking the dog this evening. Peter's in the house. I remember you looking to replace your car a while ago. How's that going? Nah, I'll not replace. Oh yeah. Hang on. Okay, I just finished. How's that going? As we are planning to move to Spain soon, wondering if it's similar to buying. Is it similar to buying a car in the UK? No. God, that's the yeah. I understand the question now, Pete. Yeah, when we first arrived here in Spain, I brought over my UK car, my left-hand drive. No, my right-hand drive car, I should say. I was sat on the other side there, wasn't I? And I thought it would just be because it was quite a new car. I didn't really want to, swap it. First, I thought I need to sell it because I want to be sat on the left-hand side of the car anyway. So I thought I would go to any motor place here or trader and exchange it and get a good deal, and I couldn't. To be honest, none of them would take the car anyway, or if they did, they were going to give me silly money for it. So unfortunately, I had to take the car back to the UK, and I believe it or not, I did it on youbuyanycar.com. I got a really good deal with them, so it paid me to go back to the UK, sell my car, get the money, come back here, buy another car. But what I did notice is the deals here in Spain, unless you buy an old banger, yeah, you can get some pretty good deals, I suppose. But I wanted to buy a newish car, and I thought, to be honest, maybe it's different now, but I did hear that there's a car shortage, so maybe newer cars are more expensive. But I know quite a few of my friends that have come over the past couple of years have kept their right-hand drive cars, and they've obviously paid the import tax or the duty on it, and had the lights and the other things that have to be exchanged over. And they've done that, and they've been quite happy. And I think if you remember the guy that I used to chat to, Chris from Upsticks, he deals with car registration. So Peter, check him out. He'll probably give you some idea of the cost. Obviously, it all depends on the price of car you buy, but I wouldn't say it's similar to the UK. Not really. Not not giving you a positive response there, really, have I? Maria, you got 60 people in the house. Have I? I've only got 52 now. Oh, anyway, well done, Maria. I didn't notice that. Obviously, at one period, I got 60 in the house. Whack the like button. Yep, well done, Steppenwolf. Steve, you're top man. Ola says, Steve, you're a top man as well. When you're coming back to Spain, Steve? Chris, believe the consulate government guys. They've done. Chris, they do seem to be stringing people along at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. Ali, top lady. Steve, yeah, got one. So we're talking about the air fryers. I keep calling them hair fryers, but air fryers. Evening, Sean. Top man. That's another Steve there in the house. Annie, greetings from Vancouver, Canada. God, but it's cold there. Thank you for sharing information about Campus on the Air. Always helpful. I have an air fryer. It's not plugged. Well done, Annie. You're playing safe. And you got an air fryer. You're in the in crowd. That's the main thing. Did you buy an air fryer because I blew up your new oven? Possible, Steve. But at the moment, I'm quite liking that air fryer, especially for cooking bacon in. Amazing. So quick. I've got an air fryer a couple of months ago. It's good, says Liam. Well done, Ian. Julie, good evening. Thanks for popping in. Did the oven have a mishap? No, Steve. I think the oven that we've had has been there ever since it was built, which was probably nearly 20 years ago. And I could stand in front of the oven and warm my hands up. I don't think the heat was supposed to come out the door somehow. But sometimes you could put a pie in there, it would either burn it to a crisp or it's all half bake it. And believe it or not, I didn't think that our oven was one of those air fan things, but apparently it was. But it still didn't. So it was time. It had to go. It did. We got Julie in the house. Gillian. Evening. Thank you much, Gillian, for popping in. Craig, have a tray of Bovril. Have a try of Bovril air fried roast potatoes. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds a bit like Marmite. As I'm a great Marmite lover and a great large flask to cut down on boiling water, Ali. Yep, very true. All these, us old people trying to find ways of saving a bit of money. It's always good to know some tips. So that's a good idea. Having a flask at the ready. Well, I might tell the missus that. We bought one in May and got a reasonable deal, but they are expensive compared to the UK. Now that's probably right, Barry. One thing I have noticed here in Spain, trying to get a good deal of electrical goods, other than using Amazon, they don't seem to do like the buy one get one free palaver or 50% off. You have to really look, and a lot of the stuff, some of the stuff's a bit out of date. I've noticed here in Spain, especially when you go in the Media Mart. We got what, Thomas? You're in the in crowd. Healthy options to cooking. Well done. Yes, got to be healthy. The car that is. Okay, Barry. We bought one in May. Right. I see. So we're not talking about the air fryer now. We're talking about the car. Well done, Barry. I'm on it. Watched your video from 2015, George. When you come to Spain in the motorhome, you look so much happier now. I'll tell you what, George, that journey was a killer. And you probably thought I was half asleep, and I'll be honest, I was. And it's put me right off motorhomes, that's for sure. We had so many problems with that ruddy thing. Maybe because it was too big, I don't know. But Yeah, I mean, it was quite stressy as well. I didn't enjoy it at all, really, other than I enjoyed the trip through Spain looking at places, but I didn't enjoy the whole sort of journey side of it. But you got to do these things. Steve, missed the convoy, missed the convoy, but excuse my ignorance, but what's good about them? What's good about them? I'll tell you what's good about them, Steve. Cooking bacon in them, mate. I can't believe how it's not so messy. It's quick. It's crispy. You can got that smell of bacon that goes everywhere, chucks fat all over your face. But obviously, it's not for everybody. Or roast potatoes, and how do they work? Technical. Now you're going technical now, Steve. Other than you plug it in, you put your bacon in the pan. You ain't got to worry about cooking fat or anything like that. You just stick it in the grill part. The one we've got it grills it as well. You press the button. It comes up with a timer. It makes a bit of a noise. I'm going to give it that. It does make a noise. And then you can stop it whenever you like. Pull out the tray. You can turn over the bacon, whack it back in. You start to learn about the timings on these things. Yeah, I mean, best thing we ever bought. But yeah, they can be expensive. They can be. And I'm not going to do cookery lessons on air fryers. I'll be back. Well done, Steve. You'll be back. Need to stop tapping that desk, Sean. Sorry, Jack. I can't help it. I'm a fidget person. I can't sit still. But can you hear the tapping? Okay, I'll try and leave off the feet. But thanks for mentioning that, Jack. Keith, air fryers good, quickly, cheaply, and even roast. Yeah, I mean, my daughter says that she cooks a Sunday dinner on it. So I'll be amazed to see if you can cook your Sunday dinner. I mean, it's got 5 of them, and then she says she does a dinner, which does amaze me. Love bacon in the air. See, Julie knows bacon, amazing. I mean, I suppose it's a bit expensive just to buy it for cooking your bacon in, but bacon baps, wow. Think of air fryers as a turbo oven, really, no frying at all. Small, compact fan oven. Bruce, good thinking that. Yes, I spend less time in the kitchen. I mean, I don't mind being in the kitchen, making a cup of tea, fantastic. Anything else, I'm not so keen on. Beans on toast, all those sort of things. How are we doing for time? All right, Steve. After what you said, I want one running the oven for just me. Yeah, I mean that's the way I see it. We got a normal size oven, and if you're sticking a pizza in there, I'm not sure about pizzas because that's something we ain't done yet. But I believe you can do a pizza, but don't take me for that because we haven't done it ourselves. But it does. If you're only cooking small stuff and you've got to use an oven for it, yeah. Or especially the single people got to stick in a pie or something. It's a waste of energy, isn't it? Also, it cuts down the electric bill. Do you mean cooking fat or? Fucking get. No, I mean oil. Cooking oil. Sorry about all you cat lovers out there. You're fantastic. Sunday dinner in 1.5 hours. Whole chicken, roast potatoes, Yorkshire puds. Bruce, top man. I have to say, today I had Christmas dinner. Amazing from Mandy's house. Amazing meal. I don't know. I don't know how it took Mandy to cook all that, but there was more. There was more of us. There was 5 of us. But I don't think she did it all in the air fryer. She did say she didn't do it all in the air fryer, but most of it was done in the air fryer. And I'd say those potatoes were really nice. Anyway, we've caught up with all the messages now. I've got 7 minutes left now. Moving to Spain. Now, I was going to hoping to. I didn't have a lot on it really. Anybody on tonight moving to Spain that is outside the EU? Obviously, I can't just refer to the UK because I know there's a lot of Canadians out there, Americans. I think Other places can't even think of now. They're outside the EU. They're all about coming to Spain. If so, not a lot has changed. I mean, whatever the Brexit had brought in, nothing's really changed really. You still need a visa. You can't. I mean, you obviously come here for 90 days on holiday or looking about. That's no problem. You need plenty of money. I'm not going to go into how much money you're going to need. Obviously, it all depends on your circumstances. Depends on your age. I mean, if you're coming over and maybe you want to work, or you're most people maybe they're retired or pensioners. It's going to be different. So I was just sort of saying that nothing's changed really at the moment. I think a lot of people thought once the Brexit had kicked in, people said, "Oh, Spain can't cope without us Brits, or can't cope with this and can't cope with that." I don't think they can, but the demographics are starting to change a bit now. We've noticed there's a few more like Belgian restaurants popping up over the place. So things are changing. And Coffee Morning, that we've got a little group of Northern Europeans. Yeah. So the 90-day thing, there's been talk about the 90 days. They want to, supposedly Spain wants to up that to 180 days. A lot of people saying this and that, but at the moment, nothing's changed. So if you want to get a non-lucrative visa, you can't work with a non-lucrative visa. It's over a 5-year period. If you fall short of any of the rules or upset anything, you have to go back, unless you get a blow up dinghy and say you're an immigrant maybe. There are plenty of sites out there which will give you the basic facts. Obviously, there are a lot of sites also that are quite happy to do it for you. So, but just be careful of that, guys. But you can do it all within about 3 months. Now, obviously, if you've got a lot of dosh or a lot of money, you can go for the gold visa. I think it's over $500,000 or 500,000 euros, not pounds, but euros. You can come to Spain, you can look at a property, you can buy your property and do all that here. Gold visa, fantastic, but a lot of us haven't got that sort of money. So most are looking at a non-lucrative. There's been talk, I mentioned it on the last live show about, oh God, the laptop people. Forgot what they call them now. I no doubt someone's going to say it in a minute. Obviously, if you want to get work here, you usually have to contact the Spanish company, and they apply for the visa for you. You can't just turn up here and work, especially if you're going for the non-lucrative. So I suppose one of the good sites is the government, the Gov UK site. But what's interesting, when we're also talking about when buying property, can't always trust even the Gov UK site, especially for lawyers. I met a couple a while back. They obviously come over and they bought a property, and they used the UK. I keep calling it the UK, the Gov UK site, and it had a list of lawyers that been supposed to be kosher, and apparently they weren't kosher. So it is hard, All I suppose you can do is rely on other people to give you, if you've got friends living over here and they've used a company or they've used somebody and that can recommend, but don't ask me. Because I think the people that we used, they're not there anymore now. I mean, this is another thing. I mean, a lot of these lawyer companies do come and go. And obviously the other thing is, if you're thinking about long term, maybe not next year, but in a couple of years' time, you then got the problem with the driving license that you might have to sort out. So yeah, I mean, and also there's plenty of YouTube channels out there, and one YouTube channel I will recommend, which is Andrew's channel, which is U2 Spain. I think he does a live. I'm tapping again, and Jack. Sorry. Oh, I'm coming up to the end in a minute. So, guys, I just looked at it because I think on this one it actually cuts off on the time I set. So, I just want to, if I got time, end broadcast. What time is it? I think I got. If I got time, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think no. We're talking about Bruce Sunday dinner. Oh no, we did that one. How much are they? Says Steve. Well, okay, so we caught up with everybody. We've got 45 in the house. I've got a minute left. Guys, as always, very much for popping in. Steve, how much? I'll be honest. The wife bought one. I think she bought it just under £100. But she bought top of the range because it did not just did the cookie side, but she also did the grilling, and you could split it into 2 compartments. You can get cheaper, but as always with these things, by going cheaper, it's not always the best. But anyway, as always, I want to thank you very much for popping in. Like I said, this is the last one for this year, so I'm going to say. Have a great year, guys. Have a fantastic Christmas. I'm still be doing the live everyday vlogs anyway, so you ain't got rid of me total. But hopefully in the new year, probably around about, just looking on here, it's probably around about February time before I do another Sunday live show. But as always, thank you very much. I'm going to say adios amigos. I'm going to have a quick flick to see where my knockoff ending bit is. So I'm going to say adios amigos. Thanks for popping in. I'll catch you next year. But don't forget, I'm on everyday vlogs anyway. So you ain't got rid of me completely. Da, da, da.